the president of the Congressional Sportsmen Foundation. We welcome you tonight to the 26th annual dinner. This is about celebrating our champions of Capitol Hill. The leadership of the Sportsmen's Caucus is behind me, and I'm not going to spend any time talking because let's let them do it. They are our champions. I will say one thing, there's a lot of we that goes with efforts that we make to pass policy, and I know all of us have a role in this, but when it really comes down to it, the people behind me and the people at your table, the members of the U.S. Congress, the members of the state legislatures are the ones that have to cast the yea or nay votes. And that separates this caucus from a whole lot of other efforts that go on. I'm very proud to be a part of this. I've been 14 years here. Welcome everybody tonight. I'm going to turn the microphone over to our chairman on the House side from the great state of Virginia. Please welcome Congressman Rob Whitman.
Thank you, Jeff, and good evening. I want to welcome everybody to the 26th annual Banquet Auction for the Congressional Sportsmen Foundation. Thank you so much for your support. It means a tremendous amount. What you do helps us here on the Hill, as well as the Congressional Sportsmen Foundation Board, do the great work that they do. And I want to thank Mark DeYoung for his leadership. And let's have a shout out for Jeff Crane for the great job that he does with our leadership. I want to thank Mark too. Mark, thanks so much for your leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask that all of our current and former members of Congress that are here with us this evening, if you would please stand up. You know, folks, we are blessed. I believe that we're the greatest nation the world's ever known, and we are the greatest nation the world's ever known because we have the greatest military the world's ever known. I would ask that you join with me for a moment of silence as a show of respect for the men and women that currently serve our nation, and for those that have given all, and for those that have served our nation in the past. Please join me in a moment of silence. Folks, thank you again. I'd like to present to you the Senator from the great state of West Virginia, Joe Manchin.
I reiterate what's been said, and thank you all for being involved. This is the greatest country on earth, and I want you all to stand. I want you to look at that flag right there. And as you look at that flag, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. But when you look at that flag, I was flagged a long time ago. It's only some stripes of red and white. It's only some stars on the field of blue. It's only a little cotton flag. It doesn't mean anything to you. Oh, yes, it does, for beneath its fold our people are safe on land and sea. It stands for a land where God is still king, and his truth and freedoms are free. So let us keep it well and love it.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for being here. If I could ask you to please remain standing and welcome Ms. Julia Chains to the stage to sing our national anthem.
If you be seated, please. I'd like to welcome up here my co-chair on the Senate side, Dave Kirschner, to come up and join me. I'm going to offer a prayer, and before I do, I'd ask you to focus and concentrate a little bit. As you know, we've been having a little trouble passing the sportsman's bill in Congress. I think perhaps if we focus a little more, maybe the results will be a little bit better. So join me in prayer, please. Dear Father in heaven, may we take a minute to thank you for all the things that we have. Bless all of us and everyone in this room who works in the conservation efforts, protecting bountiful resources that you have blessed this great country with. Bless those who serve this food, bless those who prepared this food, and certainly bless those who are in harm's way protecting this great country. In these things we ask, dear God. Amen. Amen.
Joining me also up here on the stage, this is a bipartisan and bicameral caucus, the largest caucus in the United States Congress, with our leadership. The Vice Chairman from Texas, Congressman Gene Green, Vice Chairman from South Carolina, Congressman Jeff Crockett. We are our leaders, the sportsmen and women in the United States Congress, and I invite them to stay on the stage for just a minute longer. I'm going to now turn the microphone over to our chairman of the board. For those of you that are in the sporting world, he doesn't need much of an introduction. Mark DeYoung is the president and CEO of Vista Outdoors. And Vista Outdoors was spun off of a bigger company that Mark also is the president and the CEO. But I kind of think Mark really liked the sporting side of things, decided the Rockets and the military side could go elsewhere. So he spun off Vista Outdoors. You may not know Vista yet, but you will know them. Federal, Weaver, Bushnell, on and on and on. It's the largest outdoor holding company. Please welcome the chairman of the CSF Board of Directors, Mark DeYoung.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I'll be very short tonight. You didn't come here to hear me, but I want to just thank you all for your attendance. I want to thank you personally for your support of the Congressional Sportsmen Foundation and the good work we do. We could not do the work of the foundation without the great work of the members of Congress and the Senate who are members of that caucus. As you may or may not know, it's the largest caucus in Congress, 300 members, bipartisan in nature. We have 33 governors across the country that are also in the governor's caucus. We have over 2,000 state legislators at the state level on our grassroots campaign for state level legislative support for outdoor men and women's issues, for outdoor recreation. So it's a tremendous foundation. Couldn't do it without your financial support. Couldn't do it without the great work of the people who do the heavy lifting in the Congress and the Senate. It's a pleasure to just be part of it. So I welcome you to tonight's festivities. I ask you to be liberal with your dollars. I ask you to be liberal in our auction tonight and support us. Thank you very much.
I'm going to allow our distinguished leadership to join their tables. I've got a whole lot of thank yous, but let's give one more big round of applause to our leaders in the United States Congress, the leaders of the Congressional sponsors. I'm not going to rush through it too fast because it's important to recognize them. Our title sponsors tonight from the National Shooting Sports Foundation and Vista Outdoors. Our host sponsors tonight are Diageo, Ford Motor Company, Hornaday Manufacturing, ITC Holdings, Outdoor Sportsman Group, Safari Club International, Winchester Ammunition, and the Wine and Spirit Wholesalers. Please join me in thanking them as well. Our co-hosts tonight are Amgen, Anheuser-Busch Companies, Astro Cement Company, Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's Outdoor Fund, Crop Life America, Crossroads Strategies, Dallas Safari Club, FMC Corporation, General Motors, Herbalife Nutrition, Houston Safari Club, Natural Resource Results, the North American Deer Farmers Association, Remington, Richard Childress Racing, Shimano American Corporation, Smith & Wesson, and Yamaha Motor Corporation. Thank you all.